The Election Commission brought in this software specifically to avoid duplication. Or there was one case where someone took a photo of a photo and filed a form. So there was a BJP guy who went around the constituency and distributed these fake voter slips. I genuinely think once you acknowledge the problem, I think we really need to start thinking about solutions. Let's start from the beginning, friendos, right? Vote Chori. So I'm just going to give you a bunch of instances of what I think are the most egregious forms of election manipulation / vote chori. Okay. This is a screenshot from that first press conference, the atom bomb press conference, which happened on August 7th. Okay. Now, Rahul Gandhi alleged that in Mahadevpura constituency of Karnataka, assembly constituency, there are 5 ways in which vote chori is happening. 1,250,000 voters total, he alleged, are fake. Okay. So first is duplicate vote, which is double names. What we have seen, by the way, throughout this whole last month and more, is some bizarre things that are happening. For example, even in Bihar SIR, we are seeing this. People who have different epic IDs for same person, right? That is the worst thing, which is different epic IDs for same person. So there will be like 3, 4, 5 instances of some people have like 4 IDs, some people have 3 IDs. Now the Election Commission says that, oh, because people are moving from one city to the other, that is why there are some duplicates left. The reason why I'm not buying that too much is because there are examples now of neighboring constituencies which have like similar voter IDs. In Bihar, for example, we have seen that some villages, half of their voting population is registered in the next village also. How does that happen? There are some bizarre things happening, and Mahadevpura was one of them, where he showed that there were 11,965 instances of double votes. 2 IDs for the same person. Okay. Now the second is fake and invalid addresses. House number, yada yada, whatever random house numbers are coming up. We have seen addresses ranging from dot. News Laundry also pointed out that there were like addresses, fake addresses with just address dot. How is this happening? There are hashtag house or some house number 0. House number 1 mein 80 log. So there are like bizarre addresses which make no sense, right? And the reasoning that our Ganesh Gaslighter gave for that is कि
क्या तुम चाहते हो कि होमलेस लोगों को वोट नहीं देना चाहिए?
Yeah, Ganesh Gaslighter is wrong on that count also, because Ganesh Gaslighter's logic is that there are so many homeless people in India who deserve to be on the voter roll, and therefore they live in house number 0. They're homeless. Okay. I had gotten a reporter here, Ayush Tiwari, who has gone to Bihar to investigate all of this. I have done an interview with Ayushi also. You can check it out on this channel. And I asked both of them, what is this mystery of house number 0? Okay. Both of them said there is some credibility to what the Election Commission is saying, because when they go to villages, there are literal houses with no numbers, right? But even in that case, they have to give some address. They have to give the village name or something or something. But what is happening is that a lot of BLOs are just putting house number 1 and then putting like an entire village into it, because the village just has no numbers to houses, right? There is some legitimacy to that. But here's the thing. What Ayushi told us is that there is a notional number system which the Election Commission has, which means, let's say, there are 5 houses in a village. Okay. Those houses have no names, no numbers, nothing, right? Now, as a BLO, they are supposed to go, they are supposed to say that, okay, there are 5 voters living in the first house, right? And their address has to be N1, then the village name, the district name, and, the rest of the line, right? N1, notional number. Then they go to the second house. That house becomes N2. The third house, which will have 3 voters, will become N3, then N4, then N5. That is how notional numbering works. And that is literally written in their manuals. That is what a BLO is supposed to do. But BLOs are not doing this, which means that Election Commission's training of these people who are doing this job is garbage. It's garbage. But what it leads to is just fake voters. Right, which is like if you're not doing it this systematically, for example, which is N1, N2, N3, notional number, it's a decent system. If your house doesn't have a number, notional number laga do. What happens now is that because they put house number 1 and they will stuff like 100 people in it, there is a chance that there might be like 15, 20 people who are just fake or migrants or whatever, or fake, just fake. They've just been added for the purpose of that election. So it helps them hide the actual fake voters. I genuinely believe that is the reason why they haven't fixed these addresses. My hypothesis is that it is basically the fake addresses that are being kept because they want to hide the fake voters amongst the real voters. That is my guess. Third is bulk voters. Now this is connected, which is 80 people stuffed in a single room house, right? Now again, it's the same logic applies sort of. There is one case that they showed in Bangalore in this constituency, which is the one room house, like house number 32, which has 80 people in it. Many reporters went there and they spoke to people. Do 80 people live in this one room house? And they were like, no, I don't even know who these people are. Why are they registered here? There is a beer club where people are being registered. Nobody lives there. So there is suspicion now that these BLOs, what are they doing? What the fukre are they doing? Yes, that is the new addition to my vocabulary. What the fukre are these BLOs doing, right? Because if there is this house number 32 where 80 voters are registered and then it is like in a line, it shows up in a line on the voter list, the BLO should go and investigate, right? It's that simple, right? A BLO should go and investigate these houses and see whether there are 80 people living there. If they are not, they should be deleted. Why hasn't this been cleaned up? Why are there like whatever number of people living in a beer club? Why? Even in Delhi, by the way, there were instances right before Delhi elections, which were pointed out, where an MP's house has 80 people living in it. How? And they're being registered now before the elections. So again, another thing. There might be people who must have come and gone within that house, but are they all supposed to be on the voter list? Or, I mean, there needs to be like summary revision that happens every year, which BLOs are supposed to do. So clearly they are not investigating. They are not removing. Why? Why aren't they cleaning this up? It's a big question. There is no answer for this. Invalid photos. Okay. Now, invalid photos is very interesting because what he showed where there were like pixel-sized photos, you can't make out who the person is. It is a straight-up great way to do impersonation, right? Which is because the photo is not, you can't see the photo or it's like a pixel-sized photo. Or there was one case where someone took a photo of a photo and filed a form. So there was legitimate photograph of voter, passport size. And then uska jo copy ID hai, which is the duplicate ID, has a photograph of them taking a photo of that photo on the form and they filled another form with it. This has happened in Bihar, by the way. It's crazy. I pointed it out in this stream also, I think 2 weeks ago. Holy shit! How does that happen? And why aren't the BLOs looking at this? Right? So it is a straight up impersonation, okay? And then misuse of Form 6. Now, misuse of Form 6, I think, is the important one. 33,692. Now, there are two forms. One is Form 6, one is Form 7. Form 6 is for additions, Form 7 is for deletions. Now, the first press conference that Rahul Gandhi did, he spoke about Form 6, which was additions. So, his theory is that, his hypothesis is that, or his allegation is that these are the ways in which voters are being added. Form 6 is for young people, first-time voters. Usually they will be between 18 to 25 years of age, right? If that is, those are the people who are using Form 6, that's fine. But what we are seeing, and Yogendra Yadav has pointed this out, in Bihar, there are people who are filling Form 6 because they have been excluded, or there are people who are like 70 years old, 60 years old who are also filling Form 6. Multiple also. This has happened in Mahadevpura, it is happening in Bihar. Right? So older people are filling Form 6, maybe double ID, triple ID ke liye, and they're allowing this. Right? I'll give you one example of another big thing that happened, which I think is worth mentioning again and again. Punal! Freaking Punal! Oh my god. Okay. I've done an intense stream on this whole Punal story. But long story short, Balaram Patil of Peasants and Workers Party, was a candidate in Panvel. He saw some shady shit happening in his constituency. He saw that there are like voters being added, voters being deleted, duplicate voters, etc. before the Maharashtra elections, right? So he did an extensive survey himself. He sent out his workers and they found a total of 85,211 voters registered more than once in the electoral rolls. Of these, 25,855 names were in Panvel constituency alone and were present in the roll twice, thrice, or even 4 times. Remember, I told you if the margin is like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, if there are 25,000 names with 3, 4, 2 times, that's basically like 50,000 votes right there that you can just essay manipulate. In the neighboring constituency Uran, Patil's team found 27,275 voter names present more than once in electoral rolls. Similarly, there were 16,096 names in Airoli constituency roll. Belapur had 15,000 voters found to be listed on the Panvel roll. So, see, this is what I was saying. In Belapur, there are people listed, 15,000 people listed in the voter roll, which are also listed in Panvel. So, they are not in the same constituency, but they are the same people. So, there is a chance that someone is filing forms, Form 6, online and duplicating voters in neighboring constituencies so that whenever an election happens which they are interested in, they can send in their own people and they can do the deed. That is the allegation. So, Balaram Patil has gone to court. Balaram Patil has been complaining constantly. He has been very vigilant and he is the one who is basically live example deke bol raha hai ki this is happening. And he complained within the window that the election commission says that you have to complain. 45-day window. So, yeah, Panvel, another example, live example, shadiness. Another story. This is another way in which manipulation can be done, and this is, oh my god, this will blow your mind. Behind BJP's stunning win in UP bipole, police coercion and dodgy voter slips claim Muslim voters. So essentially, this is Kundarki constituency of Uttar Pradesh, where there was a bipole that happened in November last year. It is a Muslim-dominated area, and BJP has not had much of a vote share there, right? But this time, very randomly, they swept it. Like swept matlab 75% votes went to them. And people were like, wait, what is happening? So they used to get like 13% vote share and that just went to like boom, 75%, right? So our friend Ayush Tiwari, who was on this channel, he's the one who did this story. He basically went there and he spoke to people and then he found the most shady things. First is, just look at this. Historical vote share in Kundarki. This is the bipole. See, this is the BJP's vote share. From 32, it went to 76 straight up. This is Samajwadi Party, which is 54. It went to 11.5. Look at the difference. How does this happen? This is a major statistical anomaly. Okay, so they went and they found out that ek to police was randomly stopping people, randomly stopping Muslim people specifically, from going and voting. The way they were doing it is very strange. There was a BJP guy who went around the constituency and distributed these fake voter slips. Look at this. Matadan Parchi with your name, pata, makan, everything written on it, right? And this is the one that they were asked to show when they go to vote. Right? This is not an official election commission voter slip. This is the official election commission voter slip. So if you are non-BJP voter, you would get this slip. But the BJP voters that they know will vote for them will get this slip. Now what will happen is that if you are a non-BJP voter and you are going to vote, there are police outside, like right outside your village, who are asking for your voter slip. Now if you are showing the voter slip, they're like, nahi, abhi nahi ja sakte, baad mein aana. Or they will stop them. Okay, but if you have a pink voter slip, they will let you go to vote. And that is exactly what happened because the voting percentage in this constituency dropped from some 70% to only 20%, which was very clear that they did not let people vote. And the election commission just suspended 3 people, 3 police officials, which means the election commission knew that this was happening. 3 people have been suspended, but nothing happened after that. So this is another way in which manipulations can happen. Now imagine this pink voter slip business. Just imagine, right? if this is the situation, what if you're a fake voter, like, or some fake person has a you have duplicate voters, right? In Punal, for example, you're a Belapur BJP supporter, you are given a pink slip for the other ID, and you go there and you show that, and it gives you entry, and then you vote using that other ID. Kuch bhi possible hai, right? Because this has already happened. I'm just thinking that this can be used in so many ways. Right? It can be matched with these duplicate voters, etc. And then as to infinite voting kar sakte ho. Because if the administration is in cahoots in particular constituencies, if the DMs are not doing jack shit, if the election commissions are turning a blind eye, election commission people, then kuch bhi kar sakte ho. And this has happened. It happened in Farrukhabad, it happened in Sambal, it happened in this constituency. It is not a isolated event, by the way. This has happened. It happened in freaking Punal. Yeah? Look at this. SP demands repolling in Kundarki seats. ECI suspended UP cops for rule violation as uproar dominates polling. Samajwadi Party alleged multiple incidents of fake voting by ruling party supporters, asking the election commission to take cognizance. So it's not like the Samajwadi Party did not complain. They did. And they filed an affidavit to complain, but the election commission has done jack shit about it. They haven't done anything yet. Okay. So this Ganesh gaslighter, what he says, oh, koi complain hi nahi karta. Oh my God! कोई complain ही नहीं करता हमको, फिर हम क्या करें? Our hands are tied. Oh no! We are so helpless. Gaslighter. Yeah, people are complaining. Akhilesh Yadav showed like affidavits and affidavits that they have filed. Apparently, Akhilesh Yadav has like a whole stack of affidavits in his office, which he has filed to complain. But election commission like, oh, complain ही नहीं करता. Affidavit पे. I once spoke to someone who bragged about voting a dozen times and getting paid 1,000 per vote. Arey bro, Mad Jack, मेरे साथ हुआ है. When I was doing my elections, अभी Delhi elections में, I went into this coffee shop in Green Park and I was just telling them, oh look, I'm a candidate. Please, do you have your vote here? To the staff there, right? And the staff is like, कि बनवाना है क्या? I'm like, no, I'm just asking, are you voters of Malviya Nagar? And they're like, nahi, I'm asking, do you want me to make one and vote for you? I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. It's like, yeah, we have 3 voter IDs. He says, ek to original they had in their hometown. The second is when they moved to Delhi, so somewhere in Noida or something. And the third one is in a constituency in Delhi, Kailash Colony or something. And they're like, we vote everywhere. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. And then another guy came in and he's like, yeah, both of us have multiple IDs. And if you want, we can make one more for you. And we can vote for you also. I'm like, dude, this is not a thing, okay? See, Delhi elections, mein, I was a candidate and I was like, pel rahe honge, like fake rahe honge. Now it makes me rethink. It makes me freaking rethink things. After this whole Vote Chori allegation, I mean, it's so easy, clearly, to create fake voter IDs. Form 6 bhar do online. Right? Online, there is a Form 6. You fill it. You give a fake number. You give an existing voter ID or someone's addresses which is in a neighboring constituency. You make it here also. You have it there also. You vote twice. Why not? Or you move your voter ID wherever you want or wherever the party wants it. हो सकता है. Absolutely. BLO तो कुछ घंटा कर रहे हैं. Right? BLOs are like, क्या कर सकते हैं? चलने दो. मजे हो रहे हैं. मौजा ही मौजा.
Now let's talk about how this is being done and why I'm saying that this is being done in a centralized manner. And this is being done not using individuals, but using software. Look at the serial numbers. Serial number 1, serial number 1, serial number 1, serial number 1.
Okay.
Serial number 1 means that this is the first person. This is the first name in the booth.
Okay.
So a software is picking up the first name in the booth and using it to delete voters.
What?
So someone ran an automated program that ensured the first voter of the booth was the applicant. That same person got cell phones from outside the state, used them to file the applications.
Oh boss, ये तो next level है.
That this was done in a centralized manner and it was done at scale. This was not.
Holy shit! Okay, guys. Oh, wait. We have said this on this very channel. I had told you this. The Eronet thing. Remember?
Flashback. अब कौन से पीयूष जी का नाम काटा जाए? कौन से पीयूष जी दो हैं? अगर इसको जल्दीबाजी में किया जाएगा तो किसी भी मतदाता का नाम गलत कट सकता है. आपकी जगह किसी और का कट जाए.
Okay. He just explained, if I do a control F find and search for Piyush in a database, notice the word in a database, there will be thousands of Piyush. Which Piyush do I remove? It made me think this guy is onto something. And he really is. Because this is the biggest lie he has told, and it has exposed the election commission so hard. This was a massive self-goal. Let me tell you how. Okay. In 2018, they brought in this wonderful thing. And this is from the Election Commission website, by the way, called Eronet. So, Ganesh Kumar Gupta, when he was waxing eloquent about how control F करके delete नहीं कर सकता, I think he was thinking about this dashboard. He knows it can be done. बोलते बोलते self goal मार दिए. Ganesh Kumar Gupta has lied. Actually, the Election Commission has been lying to us for years now. फट गया मेरा दिमाग ये सुन के और देख के.
End of flashback.
I had told you that there is a centralized software which the Election Commission uses as a deduplication software. They have managed to get an entire database of 92 crore voters, centralize it in 2018, and then from there, even all the Election Commission stuff operates from there. So if they had to do manipulation, it can be centralized. This might actually be a proof of that. Dude, we were right. Oh my God! Is Rahul Gandhi watching our channel? Eronet हमने flag किया था पहले, friends.
Not done in a, at a worker level. This was done at a call center level. Targeted deletions in strong Congress booths. The top 10 booths with maximum deletions are Congress strongholds. Congress won 8 other 10 booths in 2018.
The seat they are showing is in Kalburgi. It is Mallikarjun Kharge's constituency, by the way.
This was not a coincidence. This is a planned operation. Now, let's come to why.
Let's come to Ganesh
I'm making
Gaslighter.
such a direct accusation about this gentleman, Ganesh Kumar. There is an ongoing investigation on this matter in Karnataka. The CID of Karnataka has sent 18 letters in 18 months to the Election Commission. And they have asked the Election Commission for some very simple facts.
Karnataka CID.
Number one, give us the destination IP from where these forms were filled.
Correct.
Number two, give us the device destination ports
Correct.
from where these applications were filed. And number three, most important, give us the OTP trails, because when you file, you have to get an OTP.
Yep.
18 times in 18 months. The CID of Karnataka has written to the Election Commission for this, and they are not giving it. Why are they not giving it? Because this will lead us to where the operation is being done from.
Dude, okay, yes, agreed. Because if this is being automated, if these forms are being filled from a different address, these are the things that you will need to investigate it. For example, if the destination IP turns out to be Nirvachan Bhavan, just imagine, centralized manipulation can be proven if the destination IP comes from somewhere in Delhi, or maybe a BJP MP's house, or maybe the BJP headquarters. I don't know. Who knows?
And we are absolutely convinced where this is going to lead.
Okay. Where?
I'll give you a little bit of the chronology. FIR is filed February 23. Karnataka CID writes to ECI requesting all details of these numbers and these transactions almost immediately in March. In August, EC gives a reply, doesn't fulfill any of the demands, and doesn't give us the information. Doesn't give the CID of Karnataka the information that will lead them to their destination. January 24, Karnataka CID writes to ECI again and says, please send us full information. No answer. Karnataka CID by September 25, last letter went in September 25, has written 18 reminder letters. While this is going on, the CEC of Karnataka writes to the Election Commission in Delhi and says, there is a matter. Please provide this information. And the CEC of Karnataka multiple times asks.
CEC of Karnataka has also asked for information.
Now this is absolute solid proof that Ganesh Kumar is protecting the people who are doing this.
100%.
This is also absolute solid proof.
100%.
What I've shown you, that this is being done in a centralized way, this is being done at scale, and this is being done using large resources. Question is, who is the someone? And the answer...
Look at the silhouettes. Look at the silhouettes on the side. Who is this someone?
The Election Commission of India knows who is doing this. And I want every single youngster in India to know that they are attacking this. And this is your future. When they are not giving this information, they are defending the murderers of our democracy. And it is important that every youngster knows this. Your jobs, your future, your aspirations all come from this instrument.
Just as a reminder, by the way, friends, again, the Aam Aadmi Party is the first one who pointed this out during the Delhi elections. Before the Delhi elections happened, they did the same thing which Rahul Gandhi did. They got like people who have been declared dead, they got them. And that is again, they got like stacks of forms which were filed by BJP people. They actually tracked them to BJP, and one or two BJP karyakartas had filed some thousands of files to delete voters in New Delhi constituency, which is Arvind Kejriwal's constituency, and another constituency. They got proof. They did a press conference before the Delhi elections. This has happened. It's not a new allegation that is happening. Rahul Gandhi is just doing a better job of presenting it.
Basic idea is the same. Phones from outside, people who are supposed to have added voters don't know that they've added voters. People who've deleted voters don't know that they've deleted voters.
Actually, that is one of the biggest things in this, right? Like you can file an application from someone else's name. That is the scary part. So tomorrow, someone might file an application in my name using different phone numbers and then ask, delete my neighbor's vote. And essentially there is no proof there then. Like it will just look like I was the one who is asking for these people to be deleted. That is the scary part of this. Why is this even freaking allowed, man? Like, and if this has been happening for so long, holy shit, kitna manipulation kiya hoga inhone. Like since 2018, as I said, Eronet, the centralized software, came in 2018. It's insane. The scale of this might be insane.
We have given you 100% bulletproof proof here.
Bulletproof proof.
It cannot be doubted. You have seen it with your own eyes. EC has to release this data of these phones, these OTPs within a week.
Oh, ab ye ultimatum denge.
Otherwise, we will know for sure that Gyanesh Kumar is protecting the people who are destroying and attacking the constitution.
Ye palta diya table. Earlier, remember how Gyanesh Kumar was threatening him with, oh, file an affidavit within 7 days, file an affidavit within 7 days. Now, Rahul Gandhi is like, no, you file an affidavit within 7 days. Give me proof in 7 days, otherwise you guilty, bro. Halafnama dena hoga. Yes, exactly. I like this. So, this press conference was about a constituency in Karnataka, again, Aland, which is in Kalburgi, which is Khadgeji's constituency. His main allegation is that Gyanesh Kumar is centrally manipulating the voter rolls, or the election commission is centrally manipulating the voter rolls. And as evidence, what he's giving is that there were people who have been suspiciously deleted from certain voter rolls in Aland. Now, who did this? Why did they do this? The way they are doing this is that there is someone who is not in Karnataka, probably some random person who is filing applications, who is filling essentially voter deletion forms on behalf of someone else. So the way this works is that I am some XYZ person sitting in Delhi and I want to delete someone else's vote in Maharashtra. What I will do, as he said, is that I will go to the voter roll, I will see serial number 1, which is the first name there, and then I will draft an application in the name of serial number 1, right, with the epic ID and everything, just that the number that I will give will be mine or some other SIM card that I have taken, right? I will file an application saying that XYZ person in Maharashtra, the neighbor of that person, has to be deleted, right? Maybe it might be a Muslim person, a Dalit person, or someone who the booth level agents of BJP might have identified. So booth level agents, you have to understand, they are people who have to keep a watch on 1100 odd people, 1000 people. They usually know who is going to vote for who because they are ground level officers, right? They're ground level party people. So they usually know who is going to vote for who, or they have a vague idea. So if they see a concentration of voting that is going to happen for, let's say, a Congress or some other party, they can just file this application in the name of serial number 1 and say that, oh, this person, that person does not exist, their name can be deleted, right? Now, once they file the form, this can be done online. It is the job of the BLO, block level officer of the Election Commission, and the ERO, which is the district level officer, to verify this. So for example, look at this one. Now, when Godabai is filing an application and deleting all these 12 people, the BLO is supposed to investigate and go to Godabai and ask, why do you think these people should be deleted? And the second thing they have to do is they have to go to all these 12 people also and ask them, also, Godabai thinks you should be deleted. That has to happen. You can't just delete voters' essay. What is happening is that someone else is filing these applications in the name of Godabai. So Godabai is not aware. These 12 people are not aware. And suddenly their name is deleted. Which means that the BLO is not investigating, which means the ERO is not investigating if these names have actually been deleted, right? And the Election Commission is responsible for this because it is being done centrally. You understand? So you can be sitting anywhere, and manipulate an election in any state. This is the nutty thing. And the whole reason why this is happening, and that is why I got so pumped up when this was being told, I had pointed this out. There is a software that exists called Eronet. Eronet came into existence in 2018. The Election Commission brought in this software specifically to avoid duplication. And it can identify photos, it can identify duplicates, it can do a bunch of things. It is a very sophisticated piece of software. So it is supposed to flag cases where duplication is happening, addresses are weird, photographs are not clear or repeated or whatever it is. 2018. But what that means is that in 2018, they have made a software which pulled in all the voter rolls of all the states and turned it into a centralized database. Now, this database is being maintained in Nirvachan Bhavan in Delhi, which means only 2, 3, 5 people can manipulate the election literally anywhere in the country. It is a centralized database. That is what I was saying earlier also, that nobody was talking about Eronet. Nobody was pointing this big flaw out. Honestly, I had no idea about it until this happened, and because we dug deep is when we found out. This is nuts. Mind blowing. Clarity आता है ना ऐसे चीजें देख के. The other thing he said is Karnataka CID was trying to investigate this. They wanted the IP address of the people who have been filing these applications, etc. The Election Commission has refused to give it to an investigative agency. State Election Commission, CEC of Karnataka, has been asking its own head office, the Delhi CEC, for this same information for the last few months, and they have not given it. They are not giving information to their own state level ECs, which is further proof that this manipulation might be happening at a central level. If they are not giving information to the state level ECs, that is extremely shady. 18 months they've been asking this for. This information will be readily available. It is all in the Eronet. Holy shit. This is crazy. Ganesh Gaslighter has to respond to this. I mean, yeah, ultimatum de do. I think everybody should give ultimatum now. Ganesh Gaslighter mere se bhi ultimatum le le. Ganesh Kumar, Chief Election Commissioner, respond to these allegations within 7 days. Otherwise, I will also assume that you are a freaking criminal. You are a criminal mastermind, you Ganesh Gaslighter. You are. 7 दिन में response दे, give the IP addresses, give all the information that they are asking for. I'm also asking for it now. I think every citizen should ask for this. Gaslighter, criminal, crook, respond कर affidavit पे.
यह है सबूत कि ज्ञानेश कुमार जी वोट चोरों की रक्षा कर रहे हैं.
Guys, I will tell you this. Political parties are the more or less they are the same beasts. Okay, once they come to power, they will backtrack, and they will be supported by the same people. Like Adani se leke, Ambani se leke, everyone will start donating to whoever is in power. Please understand this, okay? So right now, Rahul Gandhi, opposition, Congress, amazing. We are on their side because we are the opposition. The citizens have to be the opposition to the government. Otherwise, the government runs rampant. They do whatever they want and they crush citizens like us. So we have to speak up. So we are the opposition, right? But once they come to power, we remain the opposition. The citizens will always be the opposition. Even if you like a party, you vote for them, you still have to oppose them. Otherwise, they will not do your work. That is the smart way to go about this. When this circus shuts before the next elections, it will also take EC down with them. Who and how will conduct an election and who will lead the EC then and how do we trust them? This is the big question that I asked in the today's video also. So please watch that, guys. A bunch of thoughts. I released a video in the morning where I'm ending the video with this exact question that Skinwalker asked. And honestly, I've been thinking about this. एक तो first thing that we need to do as citizens is educate ourselves, which means what I am doing right now, right? Which is gather information. Just gather as much information as you can about this whole nonsense that is going on, right? Because what happens is that when you get the information, you actually realize the scale of the problem, right? And you are in a position to actually propose solutions. Because you can be that person who doesn't acknowledge the problem, right? You can be like that fellow who came, no, ki Rahul Gandhi with his wrong surname, usko kaun vote karega. You can be that person. Please be welcome. You're welcome to be like a 3 brain cell, 2 brain cell, jo bhi karna hai. Because critical thinking karna nahi hai. Please don't be that person. But, right? Gather information because you need to acknowledge the problem first. Ki there is a problem. We are seeing a problem. Is there a possible solution for it? I feel like that step needs to happen first. So as citizens, first thing I feel like is to talk to other people. Spread this information. I keep telling my nerd friends ki, dekho, my channel is copyright free. So if you like any portion of this live stream which you think is effective, which you can send to your parents or your friends or someone else, please cut it out and send it. Feel free to do that. Screen recording karna padta hai. Please learn how to screen record, right? I am giving you my face, my voice, my thoughts, my vocabulary. I am taking all the risk. Please keep the gun on my shoulder and shoot. Do that, okay? Second step is start thinking about solutions. I genuinely think once you acknowledge the problem, I think we really need to start thinking about solutions. For example, if our voter roll is not clean, is there a solution to that, which is, can we propose a open voter roll, right? Which is available for the public to see with certain masked information, right? This would ensure sanctity of the actual voter list, right? We are living in insane technological times. It is not that difficult to do. I think some engineers can get together and propose like a system which can maintain voter rolls in the correct way possible with high level cyber security also. So for example, how about this? Whenever you have like form 6s and 7s coming in, you can, as a citizen, you can go to your area, your booth, and you can see how many form 6s and 7s have been filed. You can see, oh, these are the doubtful voters which have been either marked for deletion or these are the new voters. Okay. Even if there is that level of transparency, I think it will work. I think we need open voter rolls. The third thing I feel like is trial. We should ask for a trial. I think first thing we need to do is teach these Ganesh gaslighter type people a lesson. Because there is no way that people in the election commission don't know this. Rahul Gandhi said in his press conference that there are people within the election commission who are now giving information to Rahul Gandhi. So there are good people in the election commission, but there are also evil people. Or it's like banality of evil, right? Which is Hannah Arendt's Origins of Totalitarianism. Ki when there is an authoritarian regime, there would always be a bureaucracy which would serve that authoritarian regime. What would prevent future authoritarian regimes from being powerful or destroying society is if that bureaucracy is made an example. So that the bureaucracy is scared to support authoritarian regimes. right? They would think twice before doing it again. So we need a trial. We need a Nuremberg trial sort of situation happening where Ganesh Gaslighter needs to be on a forum and he needs to be questioned by the right people, the civil society, like eminent people or public actually, honestly. Anybody should be able to question him and that should be live streamed. Yeah. तो फिर हम डिसाइड करेंगे पनिशमेंट दीज आर द फ्यू थिंग्स आई हैव कम अप विद एज सॉल्यूशंस बट प्लीज फील फ्री यू कैन ऑल्सो come up with solutions. The thing is, you need to start thinking about these things because you're absolutely right. If the election commission becomes an institution we can't trust, then what comes next? Also, friends, if you have disposable income, support your creators. Listen, this is what I keep telling my friends, and I do it myself, so I'm not like talking out of my ass. If you have earn a certain amount of money, keep like some amount away to support your creators, your favorite creators, right? I'm not saying it can be just me, but like for example, Scroll is doing great work. Give some money to them in a month. Alt News, give some money to them. Other people. So for me also, you can gift memberships like our friends are doing here, right? Because honestly, the only way that we can survive as independent commentators and media is like this. Otherwise, there is no way. There is no way. नहीं तो फिर गोदी बनना पड़ेगा हमको भी.